Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? Gracious good morning to you, good people. It's your girl KB. You know what I do, and you know why I do it. It is Friday morning. I'm gonna give this Friday a Bay Area yip. Yee! Cause yeah, this has been a week for the record books, and you know, my mother, God rest her soul, made up this song about work, and I know one day, as a kid, I saw her sitting on the side of her bed, just it looked like she was contemplating the meaning of life, as she was preparing to go to work. And my mother was this old school nurse, like back in the day where nurses wore uniforms. And she put on her white uniform and she was putting on her white stockings. And I could hear her humming. And it's like, what's up? And she was singing, I don't want to go, no, 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 no. And some days that's how I feel about work. I'm like sitting on the side of my bed, one sock on, just staring off into space. And don't get me wrong, I love what I do. But some days, man, it's like some days are like a hangover for those of you who've ever experienced that. It's like, should I call out? Do I have any sick time? How much sick time do I have? And at times, my job is like gut wrenching because I deal with so many other people's emotions and, just catastrophes, trying to help them get their life right. And they all want something that is not in my scope of practice, and or want miracles and have a sense of entitlement, and for the folks who work in daycare. Now, toddlers have a sense of entitlement because they don't understand how the world works. And no disrespect to the people who have gone through life and are of an age where, they're considered mature. But I'm here to told you that addiction stunts people's growth mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. It hits all the four rooms, man. And, first you have to figure out, when a toddler starts to talk, first you have to figure out the language or have an interpreter. I had many a conversation with a kid, and then I look at the mother, and they'll tell me what the kid said. And it's like, okay, and then I'll go back to, and it's the same with addiction. And see, I have a specialty in my practice in that I am a women's treatment specialist, or that's what the paper says anyway. So I deal with women and children, and I help them navigate, child protective services and all the legal aspects of their addiction. And it's tough at times. It's very tough. And, there's always that one person that thinks they can outsmart the system, if you will. And for the most part, that's how life goes. There's always people who think they can outsmart the system or continue to lie to get over, and I try to incorporate the spiritual aspects of this with the day-to-day aspects, because most people, because they're in this pattern of behavior, they don't take time to do self-work. They're always looking for shortcuts, or, as we say, lie to kick it. It means you create this sense of self or this persona, just to be part of. And again, I'm here to told you, you ain't got to lie to kick it. Stay true. Stay authentic. Stay genuine. Stay honest. And that's where most people have the problem. Because the other building blocks tend to tumble when honesty is taken from the equation. So I'm going to come back at you, but I want you to keep that thought about honesty as an undercurrent.